So welcome back. We're just about to start the top 8 matchup. Where have I put these phones there? I seem to have misplaced my fancy new headphones, so I'm having to use my old trash ones with the tape round them. I apologise. Well, I think they're at the house I'm staying at. And now I'm going to have to refresh this app, aren't I? Because it just crashes when I disconnect. Let me just double check there weren't any more Twitch Prime gifts. Oh, how do I end up like that? Oh, because somebody just chucked something on top of my wireless keyboard. Yeah, that's switched on. Let me switch it off. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we're done here. Yeah, cool. Is it working? But you called to commentate, yeah? You think you can handle it? You're not too tired? You're not? No? Okay. You're going to have to get as close as you can to that, all right, when you have to speak. So joined by Ed Holmes, yeah? Who's sporting a fashionable eye patch this weekend.
For an actual reason.
Yeah, he's got, no, yeah.
It's not just because I want to be a player.
Yeah. No. Not because you want to be Danger Mouse.
Yeah. That's the first person who said Danger Mouse. Like everyone else is like, you look like Solid Snake, or a pirate. Danger Mouse, that's the best one. You gotta have that. Change my nickname now. Whatever group chat.
You have to wear the eye patch always, though.
Yeah. I was going to swap it over, but there's definitely no way I'm swapping it over.
No.
Otherwise I will be blind.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got Phil G.C. has made it through. Is he the last surviving member of the 186? I think, because Oliver fell in top 16, as did Alex. Yeah, so just the last surviving member of the 186.
Well, it's the first time they've come up to Nerf Herder.
Yes, they came up for the regional, didn't they? Some of them.
They've come up here for the regional. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the first time that they've done Nerf Herder. Ollie. I'm gutted for Ollie, mainly because he has done so well this weekend. Based on the fact that he had no sleep.
It's a situation that seems to be. I mean, it's like I was discussing it about a week or so ago that like there's a chasm between players that are recognised as being good and players that are actually good, isn't there? And like, for example, Ollie is one of those people that like is recognised widely as being a very good player. He regularly makes tops. It's just the titles that seem to elude him, and that's something that's happened to a lot of people, and it's something that maybe we need to consider moving forward with World Championships being invite only. Is that in a lot of cases some of the best players don't get. Don't get the opportunity to win a tournament just because of how much of an uphill struggle it is most of the time. And we need to. Can you pass me the laptop, please? Pass it to me. I shouldn't want to reach in front of your face. And so, for example, when we talk about like Paul Heaver hadn't won any major championships during the period of his Worlds run. He would. He'd play in championships, but it wasn't like he was bringing his A game. And then when World Championships came around, that was when he put the sauce on. Nan Tors, for example, had never won any regionals or store championships before winning the World Championship. Simeon, this year, hadn't won any real tournaments going in the run up.
So he won this.
Yeah, but this isn't an official one.
It's not official.
Yeah, so what I'm talking about is if you're going to make it an invite system only, then he wouldn't have made it. Yeah. And the same thing for.
Well, he missed out at Coruscant. you didn't get an invite to Coruscant, and you're thinking the world champion isn't at this event because he didn't get an invite.
Yeah.
Because he didn't win an invite.
Yeah, exactly.
That was, I mean, you kind of think that he would have got one for Coruscant for winning worlds, but he didn't.
Yeah, but even
it was noticeable in that room that the world champion wasn't there.
Yeah.
There was Paul Heaver, but Nance wasn't there.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a problem. Is a situation going forward. As I understand, they're guaranteeing, or someone said that the intention is to have all former world champions guaranteed an invite for future world championships, because otherwise, for example, Justin Fua, there's no official prize, official organised play for his region. He has to. The closest place he could go to play official organised play to win an invite would be Australia, and so it means basically we're just rolling out a wide range, and that's got nothing to say with one of the things I've been talking about for a long time, that for European players it is very difficult to get. For people that are outside the continental United States, it is very difficult to get there. The continental Northern America is very difficult to get there, and for most Europeans, it's for the large majority of Europeans, it's a once in a lifetime trip. There's very few people go there more than 3 times in their life, or more than once, and it is difficult. And we saw it in the numbers. I collected all the invites that have gone out, and it basically ended up being even between US and Europe about how many invites had been signed, because even though Europe had a lot more players, so their hyperspace generated more invites, the Americans had 2 extra opens, and so there was an extra 8 there, plus the hyperspace was usually 1 or 2 people from there. And then finally, you've got the European Championship had hyperspace as well. So it ended up being about even. And the number of players that were from the US that were able to make it, that got invites, was pretty much like, it was over 85%. Pretty much everybody that got an invite from the United States Opens made it to the Coruscant. Whereas in European, it's much more. It's more kind of like 25% of the people that had invites could make it.
We originally had a chat group for Coruscant.
Yeah.
With loads of people in it, and it just became a thing where everyone dropped out.
Yeah, because it's too expensive, and
because it is too
and
expensive.
they've got to make decisions. And it's like Ashok and OJ both had invitations, and yet they didn't manage to make it. And I kind of figured they were certain.
They did have 2 each as well.
I think, that was the other problem we had, is that we ended up being even because a lot of players went to a lot of events and won multiple invites.
Timo had 2, Rick
had 2. Rick had 3.
Rick had 3.
Yeah, Rick had 3.
Rick Porcius, one of the most attractive men in X-Men.
And one of the best. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying about, is that there's a chasm between the people that you know and the people that you don't know. And because Rick is one of the best players I've seen, and people don't really know it. Like, a lot of people don't know his name. Unless you played against him, you probably don't know about him. But he is one of the best players. And like you said, very attractive, and possibly moving to Spain soon. Yeah, I was talking to him. So, hello to Rick. I'm sure you're watching, and we would love to have you in Spain soon.
Oh, he's absolutely. I love Rick to bits. We had great fun when we were away, because where the Dutch guys decided to stay is probably one of the scariest places in Minnesota. And it had on the back of their door in the hotel, "Please don't bolt this for your own safety." I was just like, oh my days, this is really scary for him. But,
yeah.
I'm not surprised Dan Slob is in this. He's ridiculously good.
Yeah.
And he famously made the cut at Nationals like 2 years ago and just dropped because he was buying a car the next day.
I think
he went undefeated. Made the cut, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to turn up. No, I'm buying a car. That was the only reason he was like in Birmingham for it.
Yeah. Wow.
And he's obviously a mainstay of the Sith takers of the
Stockport,
group,
yeah. Well, yeah, he's driven me in the last 2 days, and I was mentioning in the car, and it's going to sound like there's like I've got some sort of ego, but like there is, I swear to God, there's like a proven record of people that have contact with me during a tournament that end up doing really well. You know, I mean, I've never been lucky enough to be going home with someone who's won, but like, for example, Colm, I'm staying with him. He made top 16, top 8 now. Dan's driven us in the last couple of days. He made top 16. And also, like, the people I picked to go on. And then obviously it's a self-fulfilling prophecy because every single round I'm picking people that have an opportunity to get to the top. But, like, of the 5 games that I picked yesterday, Carl picked the first one. The player that won my game made it into the top. So there you go. And that happens at a lot more tournaments than people realise, I think. So there you go. So next time Simon Green asks you to go on stream, say yes, because if you win, you're more likely to get to the top.
Well, that's true. My game, the only game that I've ever won on stream was when you asked me at the System Open.
Yeah.
And I've never had more confidence after it. And I've insisted on many people watch that. Like I've sat and gone, yeah, okay, we're gonna watch this. Why? I was like, because I'm in it. Yeah, I look horrendous. It was wearing that kill.
Hello, Will. And didn't you at that nationals that I did at Liverpool? Wasn't it you or Phil made top?
I didn't. I was
Tom.
It was Twiggy.
Yeah.
Twiggy made the cut, and we sat down to commentate on it, and Twiggy won within about 15 minutes. If you remember. And
Yeah.
And we were like, Phil hadn't even got to the point where he was able to say like where the shot was. Because he was like, oh, he's won. Oh god.
Yeah. And Tom has been doing really well as well. It's really cool.
Well, the shop's moved since then. It's basically just moved downstairs into what was the bridal shop. It's really well.
Yeah.
It's a lot cleaner. It's a lot nicer. And they've just opened a cafe as well.
Yeah.
They're just playing Liverpool, and the food's really good.
Yeah. And I did like that now they've implemented a policy that you can't bring your own food and drink in. Yeah. And it's like, and it made me laugh when they put up the thing like, look what you can get when you come visit now. And one of the first comments was like food poisoning. It was funny. You couldn't help but laugh at it.
Well, that's Scouse Humour for you.
Yeah, exactly.
They've had. I must admit that shot's really. The only thing they had was the System Open. Sorry, the Store Championship they had. It was the hottest day of the year.
Yeah.
And it was just sweltering in there.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it is a really nice shop, and they've done really well to. They have quite a high turnover of players because it's just down the road from university anyway.
Yeah.
But it's getting the same people to turn up week
Yeah,
in, week out, and I think that's the difficulty for every team.
Yeah.
But he's like the Just Play lads have really pushed themselves.
Yeah.
Really
Shout out to Richie. He's been a great help to me as well. He helped me make sure I got my core set and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, the thing is that the opportunity to go to that shop really helps a lot of people, just because it's the other side of the northwest to the Manchester shop. So if you're in Manchester or this side, you come here, you come to Element because it's so big.
Yeah.
And Just Play, it's the exact same. Like if you're that side in Wales, North Wales.
Yeah.
There are shops in North Wales, but yeah, you go to Just Play.
So it looks like combat's getting underway now. We've got Bobber firing on the Jakku Gunrunner, I guess.
He's got no shots.
No. Yep. So Jakku Gunrunner firing on Bobber.
Is that not Paylob? Range 3?
Probably, yeah. Loses shields. I can't hear. They're speaking really quietly. Because obviously they've got Jesper and Alex watching, so they're like really cautious. 2 hits and 2 evades. Yeah.
So this is the thing, right? If you do well at Nerf Herder, you go on to win like a major tournament.
I've already discussed several times the pedigree that Nerf Herder claims, with Rasta having won the first Nerf Herder and going on to win European Championships, and then Simeon winning the second Nerf Herder and going on to win the World Championships. And to remind you all, for those of the international viewers, the Nerf Herder is the most prestigious British charity event in the calendar, which has been going for 3 years now. Oliver Potner also joins to spectate, so yeah, tension is high, huh? It's first year they raised something like £2,000 for charity. Last year they brought £5,000. They've not given me a running total for this year so far. We're still kind of working on it. But also you can support, if I press this button here, which I've not pressed the shortcut for yet, but you can support through PayPal from home by sending money to nerfherder@yahoo.com, or also by using the Twitch Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you get free tokens through Twitch Prime that you can give to the channels that you want to support. This weekend, all donations received, all Twitch Prime subscriptions that I received this weekend are going straight to the Nerf Herder charity. Okay.
I think I'll have to redo mine. It redoes every month, doesn't it?
Because it's not a subscription. It's like a tip. It's like a little token you get. It's like, you know, there's porn sites where you give the girls tokens and they do funny things.
I don't know. I've
anyway,
never been on any websites in my life.
It's like that basically. You get I think like those 3 or 5 tokens you get per month, and you can give those to the channels you want.
All right.
But then you have to go back and do it next month. It's not a subscription, and even though they call it a subscription, so I think it's a bit silly the way the system they've set up, but that's the way it is. It works. There's a token that you just kind of tip to your to the person you're following. So those that I receive this weekend will go straight towards the charity fund. And I did say earlier that if we manage to get over 40, I'll start taking clothes off. But I don't.
How many have you had?
I've had 12.
Everyone go on now.
I've had 12.
I know for a fact that Dave Wynn, Harrison Daly, and Lyndon Hessing are watching, and you together.
Yeah.
On one screen.
Yeah.
So all 3 of you,
I've got
click
to create,
on right now.
You've got to get Amazon Prime and then create your Twitch account separately, and then click on the Twitch subscription.
I'm pretty sure they all have that, or at least 2 of you do. So go on it now.
And everybody else at home. And what we're probably going to do is, because like Carl and Tim have said today, like, I've got Amazon Prime, but I don't know how to do it. So when we get lunch break, we're probably going to do it on stream, like sitting and go, this is how you do it. Because I personally don't even remember. I know I've got Twitch Prime, obviously because I've got Amazon Prime, and at some point I set it up, but I don't remember how you do it or what it is. Someone put some instructions in chat before.
I'm pretty sure it just goes through your email address. I mean, because I've done it. Obviously, I've done it. Clicked on you, and I know. Recently, I did it for Element as well. Element had just started up theirs, and they needed like. Don't you need like 50 people to like it first to get the Twitch Prime or something like that? There was some limit
for me to receive it or to start. Oh no, right. Do you have to become an affiliate first? Yeah. And to become an affiliate, there's a certain. I think it's Bartosz. Oh right, yeah, Bartosz, definitely Bartosz. Sorry about that. We're back. Something happened. I tried to switch between 2 cameras, and it just crapped out in the middle of the transition. So press that button, and it didn't crash this time. Cool. So attacking again. This time Bobber on the Jakku. Must be this time, yeah?
Yeah, he's firing. Yeah.
And a blank and 2 blanks in the evade means he takes damaged cards on. And the face up is the loose console fire. I'm still halfway between the old damage deck and the new damage deck. 2. Palob now from Guri. 2 focuses and a hit. Becomes a cocked. It looks like it looks like it was evaded. And now Palob returns fire on Guri. Focus and blank, nothing there.
He's not going to spend that one for
not against Guru, it makes no sense.
Is the mighty Jakku gun runner going to do some damage, I tell you?
Yeah, and there was a Twitch Prime subscription here from Mucking. So thank you, Mucking, for your contribution. That money will be going straight to the Royal Hull Infirmary Children's Ward.
I hope Bartosz, who
damage from the console fire,
actually goes and also goes on Twitch Prime. Another one of those really good-looking X-Wing players as well, Bartosz and Rick.
Yeah. Sort of thing that makes you question your own sexuality, you know?
Well, that's another interesting thing is Bartosz, when he does come to the UK, came to Just Play and played, like, battered me and Twiggy, but actually really helped some of the younger lads. Start playing, so like Paul really helped him, and it was that was really nice to see, because we just obviously you don't expect it from someone like Bartosz to turn up and be like, oh yeah, I'll help you like get better.
The thing about Polish players, and Polish players are becoming famous for this, is that they have a table manner that is in the game. They're in the game, and it's aggressive, and it's a competition. But at the same time, they are some of the most friendliest players off the table. Yeah, and it's the sort of thing you don't realise. It's like one of the first ones that, because we obviously had Lukasz Golonka came over to Spain for the 2016 Tatooine Open and got to the final. And obviously, seeing him on stream makes him look aggressive, and it's aggressive play, pounds the table, swears, stuff like that. but then off table, he was like the nicest person in the world, and so I basically ended up liking it too, saying he's like a white Khal Drogo, you know, because everybody loves Khal Drogo, but he is that kind of aggressive. What's up? I've got 57 minutes and 20 seconds. Well, I would just say just put 57 on it and leave it, because my timer isn't exact. My timer is kind of like a script, and so it can lose seconds sometimes and be a bit slower.
Yeah, I have all the time in the world for Lucas. Obviously, I played him at ETC and he beat me in about 15 minutes. And as such, he got my travel tiara. Yeah. And he would just send me pictures of him wearing this, and he as like the power princess of Poland. You know, Tom admitted his dice at Coruscant. That's the reason he beat Lucas. Lucas flew really well. I mean,
Lucas
obviously,
is an amazing player. Yeah.
Albeit there was like essentially one turn where in that game where basically Lucas just went. Yeah, I did not judge. He was perfect. He played perfectly. But yeah, there was. Otherwise, he's so good. It's great. He's great to watch as well.
Yeah.
He had a really close game against Twiggy at ETC, and that's one of those games I wish was streamed, because it was so good to watch. And you're like, oh my days. It's going to be an interesting one. With Guri stressed, yeah. Yeah.
Guri's got stress, yeah, as does Forlom. It's Forlom? Yeah.
All the focus.
All the focus in the world. And it looks like definitely the target priority here is for Guri from Dan's position.
Well, you can switch it up. Obviously, Boba's going to be out of this fight for a while now. I think he was really hoping that he could just boost Boba out of there. Like, if he'd managed that boost, he would have been really close to that board edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be, Boba's going to take what, like 2-3 turns to get back into the fight now. So as long as Guri doesn't pop.
Yeah. And even the Jakku can just like do that sloop it's got, isn't it? And get back on.
Well, he could just reverse back into position and then come back himself. I love the gun runner. Like being able to reverse on it is insane. Used to fly with pattern analyzer, famous, and I got tractor beamed and boosted to the right of the board edge.
Yeah.
And my opponent went, really sorry about this. I went, yeah, so am I. Reverse backwards, pattern analyzer barrel roll. And he just went, oh, I'm going to concede now. There's no way I'm going to kill you. I was against Angus.
Here we go. 3 focuses. No, 2 focuses, 2 hits. Makes 4 with the focus that gets spent from Kabul. And he gets 2 evades, 2 blanks. Loses shields on Guri. Boba gets his double, his triple O, and
spend that focus for days.
That hand.
3 hits, yeah, the hand focus. 1 evade takes 2 on the Jakku Gunrunner. Down to 1 hit point.
Fall on. Waves 3 on the destructor. Makes 90 degrees from your face, so yeah.
Fades it. Range 2 from payload.
Oh, he's still got 1. Can you not take...
Alright, whatever. I'll just put it back on.
So how many... Does the Starviper have 2 shields base? And then the title gets 3?
Yeah. So why does he? Has he got a shield upgrade on it?
He has got a shield
upgrade on there as well. Oh right, okay, yeah, of course. I didn't pay attention to that. Let me put a 3 on there. and go back, and that's probably going to mess around with everything. But
Pop goes to Gunrunner from Console Fire.
I'm enjoying this. This is a little bit
No, it's harsh.
Yeah.
hang on a second.
I thought he'd already suffered a console fire. That's why he had
Well, he had the Console Fire, but he
Yeah.
didn't flip it.
Okay.
But he decided to go for the tractor.
And then back to dials. Okay, so let me see if I can try and fix this.
Because I've done something.
Weird. Guri should have 3 ships. But if I leave it as it is, that should be okay now. Okay. Let's see.
Obviously, I clicked the shield upgrade. I forgot about the Virago doing it as well. It's something I've got to put in. I've put it in my notes already. But that's that Ben Cox gone because he's left me with his phone. Oh, he's over there now. He's left me with his phone and he's not come back to collect it because I took his phone off him for the game and he's not come back to collect it. So obviously, it's quite funny because like other players are like the second the game's over, can I have my phone?
But can we get into it?
No.
Does it have that thing where you can take loads of photos?
I don't know.
Sure.
I'm gonna look.
You get that message when your cloud's full of 8,000 photos someone's just put on the shutter thing.
So yeah, Sedan not in a bad position, having lost the Jakku Gunrunner as the only ship he's lost so far. It's not the end of the game for him, and he's got 3 ships on Guri at the moment. Guri's obviously very used to kind of dodging around and getting out of it. And I think Phil even wrote that, like in his blog about the Boba Guri archetype he's been flying for so long, is that it works well against 3 ships and works well against 5 or more ships, but 4 ships was its weakness.
But wait, Phil has a blog.
Yes, Phil G.C. has a very popular blog called Such an X-Wing Hipster, which I'm sure
Never heard of it.
you already knew. And contrary to popular opinion, I do enjoy blogs and making sure to give them as much publicity as possible. I remember like when I first met Phil back from the European Championship when he was playing double fire sprays, and it was like, oh, so why don't you tell everyone about your blog so we can get some like interest in it. And yeah, so it's something I've been. And yesterday I had, just by chance, I managed to get Charles Burkhold on and David Sutcliffe. Spoke to them about their blog for a moment. So yeah, contrary to popular opinion, I'm perfectly happy to see blogs, and I'm perfectly happy to give them as much coverage as possible.
I know you were supportive of me writing my blog.
Yeah, of course you write a blog as well.
Mine's more. I don't think mine's an X-Wing blog. Mine's a travel blog.
All right, yeah.
I just go away to different places now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been. To be fair, writing about it's been interesting. I try to put in things that I enjoy as much as well. So for me, the job I do, I end up doing a lot of behavioural economics and like thought process, why people do things they do, and it's been really interesting for me to actually write about that.
Yeah.
It's because it works the same way. You think about things differently in X-Wing, and it's so interesting. Look at the movement is insane, isn't it? So what, he's going to get shot just by Cavill?
Yeah.
That's madness. He said there's like 300 different positions you can end up with Guri or something like that, with Avances as Guri.
I don't go that deep and down the rabbit hole, to be honest. 2 hits, 2 evades, 3 evades and a blank. Go back to dials. Yeah. 4 changes, swatches of stress over to Kyle. No, Paolo. Jesus. And they go back to dials. I apologise, I've got a squeaky chair, guys. Keeps making noises.
Oh, I think you might have remembered that you've got his phone now. Oh, no, he has.
No, he hasn't. Give him a tap on the arse.
The phone.
Worst comes worst, go through the pictures, most of the car walking. He nicked it over and just kept taking pictures.
See, I suggested doing that, and
I said no.
It's fine, do you know my passwords?
Yeah, it's my birthday, yeah.
Nice try. That's what most people
Is it 1, 2, 3, 4 is like the most common password, yeah? And quadruple 0. It's like people who have password as their password.
Yeah. Or if they do the 1, 3, 9, 7.
Yeah, that's a. I'll do it like the Z on the touch panel.
Okay, so a tight situation now. Dan's going to find it difficult to get around and be able to do any damage to Guri because his ships are facing the wrong way, basically. Meanwhile, Guri and Bob have got all the table space to play in that they want. So we're going to be looking at a couple of rounds here where there's going to be no real action. It's Phil's just going to kind of dance around and try and get himself into a more favourable position to re-engage.
Does Cavill chase? That's the interesting one for me. Is at this point, does Cavill chase Guri or does he just reset?
A non-committal chase. Jesus Christ, this chair. I mean, it sounds easy to stay still, but it's not easy to stay still.
I'm looking at all this though, and I'm just like really struggling with my bad eye. So I'm like that, going, does that? He did that maneuver, and I was like, he's gonna hit the rock. It's nowhere near it. My depth perception has been terrible.
A lot of people always say as well when they join me that it's so different when you look at it from this angle, and it may be just that I'm used to it now, that like I can kind of work out range 3, a 3 bank on the camera. I play in real life, no way. I flew 2 ships off the board when I played that game on Friday. But when I'm looking at it from this angle, I can be pretty good at working out a range and where a maneuver is going to end up. But yeah, like I say, they're just... Don't laugh.
No, I fully understand that. I played when I was playing yesterday, and I put fire into one of my bullseye arcs. I was flying Suntir, and I was like, oh, it's definitely my bullseye arc. Not even close. I was a ship's length away. I barrel rolled out of someone's I barrel rolled the bullseye arc out.
Yeah.
Because I'm that blind at the moment. I want a bendy bullseye arc. I think that would have let me off.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ollie Pocknell ended up driving here.
First thing in the morning,
and slept.
He
had about 3 hours sleep. Because he was supposed to be staying with me, and then he messaged me and just went, "Yeah, I've missed the train." He was stuck at Euston. He was like, "Oh."
That was like quite late at night, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he would have got in about 11:30 anyway, but it was just one of those things.
But then that means his train must have left London about 7 o'clock. No,
or
8 o'clock.
His first train that he left, his first train was like 7:30.
Yeah.
And then he had like 3 connections to make, or 2 connections to make. It was like Clapham and Watford.
I was saying, if it had been me at that time, I would have probably tried to drive up then and then get some sleep here.
Well, he had that choice. He was like, do I drive up now and stay at yours, or do I stay?
Please.
You know. Oh, onto
Carl,
the rock.
Can you make sure it's normal Pepsi?
Good
not
work,
Max?
Stream.
I think they might be giving me Max. I don't know. It tastes a bit funny.
Full on, well, advanced sense.
Everything tastes funny when Carl's at it.
Okay, he's got the Rehypnol from the evidence locker out. Okay, so Cavill continuing to chase and Palob ending up on the rock. Last match I had a Kyle, and so I keep calling him Kyle now. Kyle Katam.
Who's flying Kyle Katam?
Steve Christian. Came very close to losing in last round.
Until someone told me it wasn't. I'm like, oh my god, it's so good.
So he once again another turn when nothing really happens, and it's just a question of Bobber repositioning to get himself. So that he's gonna pull off like a long range, a free bank maybe, or free 4 straight to try and close range, get into range 1 to fall on this round. And obviously, maybe Dan's made a mistake by separating Cavill and not giving him that support to Forlom and Palob for when they have to face Bobber.
I don't know if he. Which way is his? I was going to say which way is his arc pointing for his.
For Cavill, it's pointing to his right at the moment, which is towards Dan's play area.
Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah. And I think in Palob's case, it's pointing to Palob's left, which we should say. I suppose we should say port and starboard.
Yeah.
But I can never remember which one's which.
Starboard's to the right.
Yeah, but you've told
left.
me now, and I'll forget. I can never remember which one's which.
We've been having a big thing about ensuring people say Lieutenant Blunt
Right, yeah, of course.
instead of Lieutenant. It's Lieutenant.
But there's no F in it.
There's enough servicemen here, like at this event as well,
Yeah.
to enforce that.
It does seem to be like a definite theme here, particularly. I mean, I know kind of like the idea of war games and stuff like that kind of sits very closely for them. But yeah, like more than I've ever seen anywhere else.
I think there's obviously Will Pinter didn't play, but he's here and he's all bedecked in his glory.
Merci beaucoup.
Is that for me?
No.
Why?
Okay. So, Oliver in the background. The one thing that's always been clear to me, being a foreign invader in my own lands, is that the 186 are fiercely loyal for their own, and they're always interested to see how well it goes. You know, like they always sit down and watch what's happening with their own players.
Except if Ollie's playing. None of them watch Ollie.
No, maybe Ollie doesn't like it. I don't know. Maybe Ollie asks them not to.
No, I'm Ollie's biggest cheerleader, so that's about right.
Jack didn't play yesterday, did he?
No, he unfortunately working.
Pays no attention.
Where's my badge?
So you could be Danger Mouse and he could be Penfold.
Do you know what, Jack? When we were away, Jack wanted to. We nearly got matching outfits when we were away in America, didn't we? Yeah, we nearly got matching onesies. We should have got the onesies. Well, it's like at Nationals where you wore that skirt. That was the UK Nationals where I convinced him it was a kilt. It's a power kilt. It was just a girl's skirt. Yeah.
So, like I said, it's been a slow kind of like positioning game here, and now Bobber and Guri are gonna take off at full speed.
Bobber gonna bump him.
I don't know about bump. I would have said he would have gone a long manoeuvre like a free bank, but then that's left Forlom out of his arcs. So boosting to port. No, straight. Curly barrel roll to the left and back, and a hard turn to the left. Oh, Cavill, you weren't expecting that one, were you?
Oh, hello.
Would you like a stress? Yes. You would like a stress? Yes. Cool. So I can just give it straight back to you again? You can indeed. Bobber will not have.
So that triple zero, and you just took the stress.
Into Palob with 2 rerolls.
So Bobber fires on Palob.
We're ordering Bob a reroll.
Yeah.
Spends
And
it.
one evade.
Guri
Takes one
into
shield.
our friend Cavill,
Oh, my laptop. So
and she will spend her focus to 4.
4 hits from Guri on Cavill. 0 takes all 4. No crits there though, so that's lucky.
That's the removal I would say from the deck.
Oh, no, sorry.
That's my deck removal.
Range 3 from the mighty Palob.
Blank, blank, blank.
I will have a
And then you will have
Then Cav.
That's it. Back to dials.
Does Cav shoot?
I think he did. I think he rolled blanks against Guri, didn't he? Well, I'm not sure, but anyway, Cavill would shoot first because his pirates go
Is that a
5.
reload? Is that
What?
a weapons disabled?
That's a weapons disabled,
So
yeah.
it must be reload.
Okay. I've decided I'm probably going to give away the Nerf Herder stuff as a giveaway on Facebook or something.
That's lovely. And I must admit, the Nerf Herder stuff is amazing.
Yeah, we looked at it earlier. More than anything, it's just because it's going to sound really bad of me to say it, right? But obviously I don't play very often. And people give me this stuff, and I'm really happy to have it. But then, like, when second edition come out, and it was just like, got to clear out the cupboard of all this quote-unquote trash that I've been given. And it's like, especially with alt art cards now, you go to a tournament, you pick up 10.
Yeah.
And it was like, you feel bad throwing it away. It's like,
But it's, do you know what? You get so many old arts now, and some of them have pride of place. Like
Yeah.
I had one from the Italians, like a golden Miranda. It's
That was
by
the one I
far my
liked,
favourite. And I had like an Expose.
the Lee Dalton one.
Well, a lead doll and Expose. I was thinking of an expertise one I got off the Spanish last year. That was absolutely gorgeous. A Thrawn one.
Alright, yeah.
And but few and far between that we use now. Like I've even got crate ones, and I won't use them.
Yeah.
You know. But it's when you get acrylic now that I feel like I have to use it. And my Spanish one forward is probably the most used thing I've ever had.
Yeah. Phil seems to be reacting like something's gone wrong for him. I'm not quite sure what it is he's seeing that's made him do that. He's stressed. I don't know. So I'm very keen. I mean, my plan was to get the promo damage deck and use that for streaming, but it's too big.
It's too big.
It's really uncomfortable for most people, and it takes up so much space. So it makes it even harder to see the QR codes. Well, not the QR codes, the little codes I put on the deck, which technically speaking are illegal right now as well, because when they released the event document, they discussed sleeves on damage decks, and they said you're not allowed to modify, not allowed to modify them. They didn't specify the back. So it means because I've modified the front, even though it's something you can't see when you're taking them off, that it's like they're technically illegal. So I have to go to a tournament organizer and say, "Is this okay?" Hello, Jack.
Hello.
Pleased to be joining us.
I'm waiting for my next Keyforge game.
What's the weirdest Keyforge deck name you've seen?
I like Alex Wilkins, which is the boy who plows the Empress.
Okay. I'm not sure if it's. I'm not sure if now. Is that guy talking about? I'm not sure if it's a question of if it's just being Photoshop fakes now. But like, for example, the one that showed up on Minot, how did it can't be possible that racism was in the pool
Yeah,
of
yeah,
words.
that's what I'm saying, yeah.
Is it?
Why would
Well,
you
they're
put,
saying that the algorithm messed up. I'm like, yeah, but who put it into the algorithm?
yeah, why
to
would
begin
you
with?
even green light racism?
Surely they put the words into the algorithm.
Yeah, I guess.
Have you seen what they're doing though in terms of recalling the decks with the bad names?
They're giving you three
Yeah.
decks or something like that.
Yeah. But what if that deck happens to be like the best deck in the world and you can't use it because it's got a bad name on it?
Stuffed in it.
I got the Boneyard Alchemist.
The Boneyard
Yeah, I really like that.
There's one that's called something like the Bone Rider or something.
Yeah, it's like I got in that tournament software, the registration software I made. There's this thing where if you don't want your name to be used, for example, in Dan's case, he doesn't want his students to be able to find his name on the internet. So I have a code name generator, which is basically like an adjective and a noun, just puts two of them together. And yeah, I went through them and I went, pink, we'll take that one out. No one wants to be pink butterfly and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And even then, the first one it generated was Spunky Night Owl, and so it was like
I just
not too bad.
Just,
Like
just have Will in the background and switch around. This is the lovely Will. The lovely Will.
let's be quick about it.
We're decked in his full army uniform. Because obviously it's the
It's Remembrance Day.
today.
It's Armistice Day.
And very proud of our servicemen and Will in general because he's just amazing.
Straight from parade, straight to here. I was, man.
He was. Yeah.
And you're just seeing Jack Mooney just kind of fidget off camera.
So Guri Bobber, is this a thing though?
See you later,
Nice
Will.
to see you,
Thank you
brother.
very much.
Guri Bobber, is it a thing?
No, it's just Phil.
Oh.
It's not.
No, I thought it did a thing
Do you
in
know what
America.
the thing was? Is that a lot of people are saying that that there's people have become so used to flying net lists that building a list when suddenly there's like no inspiration, there's so many things to choose from, is becoming a daunting task for them. And so people are, for example, at Spanish Nationals, at Nordics, there were definitely a couple of examples of Phil's list with Bobber Guri. And it's definitely, and you know, you can kind of turn around and say, yeah, well, they were thinking about doing it anyway. But you've got to try and say, well, yeah, but Phil's been the one that's been championing it for so long.
He's an influencer.
Yeah,
as
absolutely.
They say these days.
I mean, he likes to think of himself as a hipster, but like, it's gone. It's like the pendulum's completely swung the opposite way.
He gets so many people actually reading his blog that he can't be called a hipster anymore. That's just a fact.
Absolutely. Well, no, you got to think about X-Wing as itself is a hipster hobby. Yeah, even amongst Star Wars fans, we're the hipsters. No, not all Star Wars fans are like, yeah, I want to play X-Wing.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Oh, Dan's fine scum solid then.
So saying you're the hipster of the hipsters is kind of like
the hipster king.
I'm king of the hipsters.
Well, you don't want to be the pimp of hipsters.
the pimpster.
I do love Forlorn.
So yeah, Phil seems to be like shaking his head a lot. I think feels like he made a mistake. Maybe this is table play.
And Cavill is doing a 4K.
Cavill 4Ks.
Do you want me to mark or? I don't have a reverse one house, so it's not going to be an extreme fun.
So, what are we doing?
Can't fact.
I thought you just wearing an eye patch for the fun of it.
See, that's what everyone says. But no, I'm not wearing eye patch.
But you've been, pirate today. Some days you wake up, you just want to be a pirate.
It's true. I always want to be a pirate.
We said earlier that like he'd be Danger Mouse and you could be Penfold.
I mean, I think I'm more likely to be Danger Mouse.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. No, definitely.
I mean,
I feel like you're more moley than me.
you've got glasses on.
So?
That fits. It fits.
Right.
I'm wearing an eye patch. Done.
And Danger Mouse wears an eye patch?
Yes.
From time to time, maybe.
What do you mean from time to time? Have you ever seen Danger Mouse?
He's a lot younger than we are.
No, I have seen Danger Mouse. Hence I knew that Penfold was a mole. I think he's a mole. Is he some sort of...
He's some sort of. I think he's like a
Some
gerbil.
sort of rodent,
I think he's a
yeah.
gerbil
He's a gerbil?
or something.
No.
Yeah, because a mouse. A
I'm
mole's
gonna
bigger
Google
than a
it.
mouse.
Come on, I'm Googling this.
Google it.
A
It's on
gerbil
the-
or hamster. One of those things.
It's probably like a vole or something stupid. Yeah.
Okay then, so Cavill. That's no shot.
Okay.
Guri.
So
3 range 2. 2 hits.
2 hits and a focus. Cavill, why does this keep going?
And another dice. Nothing. Nicely done.
Thank you. Okay, so
2 back at me. 2 back at you.
yeah, I can't find out.
Hit and crit. Is that the thing where I did find it, but I just don't want to point out?
He's not hamster.
Weapons failure.
It's that mighty 2 dice. 2 dice just always seems to do damage.
This is Palop's horrible. I hate him. I assume that's Palop.
Yes. No, he's fine. Takes bone arm.
No, I know. I assume Palop was shooting, not the Y-wing, which seems like Alvark anyway. But I thought I'd ask.
He's definitely looked that up and been wrong.
What?
You've definitely looked that up and got it wrong.
It's like that thing where they say like what you do with your wife, isn't it? It's like I'm still checking. It doesn't say.
Yeah, he may or may not be a hamster. We'll just leave it at that.
See, if we just said rodent, you would have been alright.
Yeah, rodent's fine. He's a rodent. We can all agree that it's a rodent, right?
Yes, absolutely. I think, isn't it? And Colonel K's the guinea pig.
Who? What?
He's a big guinea pig. That's why he's got that whoosh whoosh like that.
Is he like? Is he the one like he's like in the office and like?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, the only thing I really remember is Batfink. I'm getting confused between the two.
Batfink and Hugo Go and Karate.
Yeah.
Oh, Batfink. Cartoons were proper racist.
I mean, can you imagine that in today's like political climate? It'd be horrible.
Yeah. My wings are like a shield of steel.
Yeah, but then every single episode is something that stops his wings of steel.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Oh, it takes me back.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
So is he half pointed Guri now?
Yes. It's currently Phil's ahead by 10 points.
Oosh.
And Cavill is also doing hard 2. There is stress. And
Definitely left Guri somewhat on her own in this case. Now, obviously, she's got a pretty wide range of maneuvers to be able to try and avoid something here, but
so many places. I'll rotate my arm that way.
rotates his arc to the right.
One back with Bobber, please. And straight boost.
Yeah.
He's doing very well of like switching out which targets are there.
Yeah.
But it's the problem with those with the 2 ship lists that you still get shot.
When you lose half points, you lose quite a lot of points. Larry, 5 straight. 4 straight. 4 straight.
Anything for me to steal? Nothing for me. Proton tops.
So, proton torps from Cavill. Three hits, 2 hits and 2 focuses. Spends the focus. 1 evade and a focus on Guri. 1. That's a dyno sensor. That's a fuel leak.
Oh, but I wish it was the other way around.
Okay, so then we'll pan and focus on the things and shoot.
So he gets the focus from Han Solo.
Spend it for 3.
Spends the focus, gets 3, and he evades 2, takes 1. Paolo. No, from Forlom. Forlom got one shield left. Hang on, I didn't get out of the state. Okay, so go. One hit from Paolo and 2 evades.
You right, babes?
Makes no good. And Forlom out of range. Back to Dials.
It's about 23 minutes.
So, Tim. Yeah. So what does I mean, obviously, if Dan takes Guri off the board, and especially with Bobber being quite far away at the moment, it could be a possibility. Forlom would have to get a pretty long manoeuvre to be able to close range on Guri and make sure he gets the opportunity to fire on her this time.
I would not be surprised if he dialed like the one hard and tried to get shots on Bobber this time.
Yeah, I can see Colm's match is finished because Colm's hanging around. But they're not giving me any results. Tim, you don't have results, do you, from top 8? You don't have results from top 8. Paolo takes a 2-turn to the right.
Interesting. Looks like he's definitely trying to kill Guri.
3 straight. Yeah, obviously he's going to kill Guri. That's what he wants to do right now. And then maybe he's only got to get 2 more hot hits on Bobber to get half points off of him and seal the game, really, because there's only about 20 minutes left. A little bit of slow play now. Not quote unquote slow play will make the game a lot more difficult for Phil. Guri uses advanced sensor to get rid of the weapons failure. Hard one turns will be a tight fit. I don't know.
Quite happy with the bumping into cover. Over 1 forward, please.
Bobber goes forward 1. And then boosts left.
Start combat.
So Bobber fires on Forlom.
Bobber will hand and shoot Forlom in his bum.
Focus from Han Solo, fires on Forlom. 3 red dice, gets crit hit. It's blank, so 2 hits and a crit on Forlom. Panicked pilot.
Oh no, stress.
2 stress tokens. Now Guri's going to fire on Forlom as well. Hit, crit, focus gets spent to make 2 hits and a crit. 1 evade, takes hit and crit. Fuel leak, and another one is structural damage. So that was a dead Forlom? It's a dead Forlom?
Forlom has
5 cards there. Yeah, a dead Forlom, damn. Okay, so that's not what he wanted. He obviously got very lucky with that damage cards change for Phil. So just the Paolo to try. Oh.
Well, the dice say I lose this game.
Yeah.
I'm happy if it's the dice that say it. Fair enough.
Damn, shame for Dan on that round that the dice. Well, basically, yeah, a chain of damage cards on Forlom, basically wiping off the board, and Paolo not being able to roll a hit to save his life.
It's a tough one for him now.
Yeah, it's going to be an upgrade job. I mean, even if he was able, even if he did take Guri off, let's just have a look. If I simulate the points, yeah, it would still be a losing battle for him. He'd have to get the half points on Bobber. Let's see how that does. Yeah, he has to get half points on Bobber and take Guri off. So, and not lose half points on Palop. I don't want one now. Okay.
Oh, my Jen.
Okay. Thank you.
With rubber here.
I'm just worried that it's running out. I want it to be nice and lubricated.
Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Do you have results, Carl? Any games that are finished? Shame, really, because Dan's done so well, and being one of the home team, we have to wait and see what Colm's done as well for being around the corner. I almost did that thing again when it crashed. Okay. I think the reason why.
Can you still... Has it got the damage sensor right?
Yes.
So, how did he feel the other correct?
He used advanced sensors. But he can do actions on damage cards.
Can you?
Yeah.
Damage sensor right. I thought it was only focus.
One sec, Carl. You could do focus and damage card.
Yeah, I thought so. So that's for the guy who just messaged me and called himself the Paul Heaver of Stockport. You're wrong.
Oh wow, Simeon's out. Okay. And Colm's out. So with Dan not looking good in this game means the home team have been eliminated. Simeon is out as well. So it's going to be the first time the Nerf Herder is going to have a non-Delapina champion.
I don't know. They'll probably adopt the winner anyway, just so the belt stays in the house.
Yeah. Looks like a hit and 2 hits and 2 evades. So Guri stays on the board for another round. Bobber fires on Cavill. Hand gives him a free focus token in exchange for stress. Focuses for 3 hits. Gets 1 evade. Takes 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Hit and crit, maybe. 2 focuses. 1 and a direct hit. And Guri finally goes down.
Bye, Guri.
This one was yours, Tim. Yeah. Sorry, the dude from the bar brought it over and just left it there.
So if he gets half points on Bob,
that was ages ago. It's probably flat.
It's actually quite interesting.
So the winner from this match will then go on. Let me switch over to the other camera angle. The winner from this match will then go on to play Jeff Ball in the semi-final. And we've got to see if Steve Christian or Adam Shipley goes on to play David Sutcliffe.
So Adam Shipley I've just played as well. Steve Christian, T Squadron.
That's it. Yep.
It's like all those big names in the UK meta are actually playing each other. It's quite nice.
Yeah.
Which kind of just shows how good teamwork is, just for helping you improve. Plus that support, like when they actually turn up.
Okay, so Dan's win condition is to get 2 more hits on Bobber without losing any more points on his side of the table. Cavill is on 2 hit points. Palob is untouched. Right? Still got 2 shields. Let me see. Yeah, still got 2 shields. It's going to be difficult. He wants Cavill to kind of bug out and hope somehow Palob can get 2 hits on Bobber without being hit himself.
Interesting.
Bobber one straight. Having that hand solo focus for every single attack just makes it
Start a
so
combat.
much more powerful.
That's all I do, nothing.
So can you check
Cavalry
range
shot.
before you decide how?
Well, you have to choose the ship you're going to activate, and then you can check range to everything, including asteroids. I think, if I'm right. 2 hits, blank, rerolls for free. Caval rolls a focus and evade. Takes just 1. Still on the board.
A mighty hawk.
Hits, crit, evade, takes a crit here. This is it. Panic pilot, double stress. So right now, Dan is winning. Right now.
This has been a really good game.
Yeah, and maybe with Bob being so heavily stressed, he can take advantage of this and turn it around. Last game was like, came down to the wire.
Well, that's what you want. You want really close games.
Yeah, it was great.
I think that are really fun games. Even if you're going to get battered, at least it's fun. I played Sean yesterday, and he absolutely smashed me off the table. But we had such a good time that I just didn't feel bad. I was like, I can't really feel bad. We've had fun, so.
Oh, that'll be Ben. Ben, is that yours?
There's the X-Wing dad of Stockport, Bob D, watching over the shoulder.
Yeah.
They're all his kids.
Start combat. Would you
So close right now.
like stress? So, then, yeah. So, 3 dice.
Caval gets to shoot.
3 hits. Double blank. Rerolls gets 1. Takes another damage. Oh no! Hull breach.
This game is completely flipped. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, if he takes Cavill off with this shot, though, it's. Is he going to go on Palo?
Yeah, oh yeah, mate, I was just checking myself.
For the reroll.
Yeah. Okay, 2 in a crit. Palo takes 1. He's dead.
Yeah, that means your range 2 back, so I die.
He's dead.
Hitting 2 crits.
Buy back half.
That's a loose stabilizer and like a panic pilot. So unwinnable.
4 dice, go for it.
Unwinnable for them.
Unless he kills both.
Yes.
He has just got 4 hits.
Okay. So Bobber gets 2 evades though and takes only 2. He's got to get.
It's a hull breach though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they're all face up.
So that's blinded pilot. That's a wounded pilot.
Not like in performing actions anyway. Got 1 hole left, yeah?
Oh gosh. You got to get in that blind spot. And
He's
fire
got,
back.
he's got no, there's no reposition now for Bobber as well because he's still stressed.
Yeah, he's got to get into that blind spot and just get 1 shot back on him. Oh my gosh, with 8 minutes to go. Just look at the tension of the other spectators around the table.
This is insane. You've picked another good game. Well done.
It's easy when you're in the top. When you're in when you're in the Swiss, you're just basically going off names. But once you're in the top, it's really easy.
Well, Kei Taniguchi it's like the biggest thing that he was on your stream for the System Open in the first round. So he's like, oh, I was on table 1, and then I dropped to like he dropped to like the bottom table because he lost. And so his aim is.
Wasn't table 1.
Well, it feels like table 1. When you're on stream, it always feels like table 1. But he's now going for the record for the highest drop again. Because he wants to go, obviously he's going to go to the UK System Open. They're hoping for bigger numbers.
Yeah.
So he's like, I've got to try and do it again, haven't I? I've got to go from top to bottom again.
So Palop takes a 1 bank to the right, and I don't see that keeping him out of Bobber's arc. I would have gone left.
I don't think he cares about getting shot by Bobber. He just wants that shot back. So he's going to.
It's true. It's going to be a real god shot from Bobber to get him off the table.
Yeah.
So Bobber banks left, takes 1 stress off. Bobber firing, range 1 on Palop.
So Palop rotated the arc. Took the target lock and rotated
4
the arc.
hits, 0 evades, no crits there though. So he's on the table.
This is it. This is it. Can he kill him?
Range 1. Spends the focus, gets 2, and that's game.
What a game.
What amazing. Thank you very much, Ed.
Always a pleasure, sir.
I'm going to go crazy on them. Without tripping over my cables if I can.
And now he's left me unsupervised. Yes, welcome to Late Night X-Wing with Edward. I'm rejoined by one of my partners in crime, Jordan. Hi buddy, how you doing? No, the game's over. He's just walked off and it's still, so I can, but he's left me in.
Sit down there and get as close to the front as you can.
Oh my word. Hello mate.
Hello Phil.
Hi.
Well done for getting to the top 8 of the 3rd Nerf Herder.
Yeah.
And for having it that close before being snatched away.
Yeah, his Palop like rolling crits. No, that was just a... I hope everyone else enjoyed it. That was amazingly good game.
It was really good. At the beginning, there was a lot of. Obviously, it was very tense. There was a lot of thought to put into it. And so we were having a different conversation here. But then towards the end game, as things become more and more heavy, and you had a lot of the game was in your favour for a long time.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was just like kind of
It was the double crit on Guri.
Yeah.
At range 3, you're like, oh, well, that never mind.
Yeah.
But no, like fair play. He played really well. It was a great game. That's the list I didn't want to play.
Yeah.
Put me into Punishers. Put me into anything that isn't 4-ship control scum.
Yeah.
And I'm happy. But just couldn't get it through. And the panic pilot on Bobber at the end.
Yeah.
Was the decisive blow, basically. But yeah, what a game.
Amazing,
Had a great weekend. It's been incredible.
Yeah,
it's been really good fun.
I mean, yeah, it's really that panic pilot that really messed everything up for Bobber at the end, giving
really
him so
did.
much stress in one go, and shut down the whole Han Solo thing and stuff like that.
And it's like,
and even after that, you were still getting good rolls on your dice.
Yeah,
you were still getting
my natural 4 hits at the end there with the double blanks was quite beautiful. But if there'd been a crit in there, that you never know.
You never know.
That's the way the game goes. But I came here flying Bobaguri and went, I want to fly it because I love it. I don't see myself. Making
and
the
you're
cut.
known for that now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, and just so let's be completely open about this. In case you didn't know, Phil G.C. writes a blog. It's called Such an X-Wing Hipster. And of course, contrary to popular belief, I am much in support of blogs.
No, I know this. I'm aware of this. We've had that conversation. Blogs are a good thing.
Blogs are a great thing. And 2 years ago when we had the European Championship, you appeared and I had you explain the blog. So just in case you didn't know what the blog was, Phil, explain what you do on your blog.
So I started a blog called Such an X-Wing Hipster back in 1st edition because I decided to fly fire sprays and see if I can make them competitive in preparation for Euros 2017. Was it 2017? Yeah, 2017. I had good fun. I managed to come 48th out of the whole event, which I was really happy with.
Yeah.
And I just kept going, and then I picked up Guri when the bendy barrel rolls came out. So it kind of feels like it's Ultimate Hipster and not Ultimate Hipster now, because now I'm flying ships that are really popular. But I did it first.
We talked about this because with 2nd edition, a lot of people who have listitis that aren't as able to build a creative list.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that it's bad that they can't do it.
No.
But a lot of people spent a long time being used to seeing what was established and didn't get into the creative system of it. And at the same time, with 2.0, so much content dropped that it becomes daunting to have to wade through it all and sit there and go,
and when someone goes, here's 2 Punishers and Whisper, and it's really strong, and it's not the hardest list to fly, but it's just competent.
So then what happens then is that a lot of people are looking for inspiration, and your blog, being very popular, becomes one of those sources of inspiration.
Yeah.
We saw several people at the Spanish National playing Bobaguri, and getting doing quite well. And I think, yes, the stats I put up this morning, there are 3 Bobaguris here today. This weekend.
Okay.
So I mean, not to say that like they're listening, they're copying off you, but it's like they're looking for inspiration. You're very vocal in your opinion of your list, and they're taking from that. In your case, you've also written on your blog in the past that like Bobaguri has a weakness against 4-ship lists.
Yes, which is why I did not want to see a 4-ship list with control. I mean, like there was the temptation was with 50 minutes to go.
Yeah.
I've killed the quad jumper. I'm just never going to engage again.
Yeah.
But that's just boring.
Yeah.
That's just not fun X-wing, and whilst it's annoying to lose, I'm so happy to come top 8. Like, this is the best I've ever done at a big tournament.
Yeah.
I've made finals at store champs with like 30 people before, but top 8.
It's different.
This, you know. And I dropped Bobaguri previously because, as you say, I had this issue with 4-ship lists. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, that one, I engaged it right. I controlled the game a lot, and then
there was this point in the middle of the game where you were kind of like, you could see in the planning phases, you were kind of like going like that, and it was like you kind of realised that something had gone wrong.
Well, no, because I was up, but I was like going, because any of the 3 ships that were left on the table can cause me such a headache.
All right.
You've got the Proton Torps from Cavill.
Yeah.
You've got token stealing and that big old primary from the Crow, which my 2 agility doesn't like.
Yeah. And
then you've got the stress causing from Forlom.
Yeah.
So you've got to make sure you're not near any of that nonsense.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I knew I'd going to have to turn back in because with 3 ships, the board is too closed down, particularly with 2 turrets. There's too much firing arc on the table.
Yeah.
So I knew I had to come back in, but I had to come back in on my own terms. And I think I got that, but unfortunately it was just that first crit on Guri.
Yeah.
The damage sensor array just shut her down enough that she couldn't just nope out and disappear. Because, you know, had I not taken that last point of damage as Guri's running, Guri's like, I'm done for the game now. This is me banking my points. I'm off.
Yeah.
You know, there's a few minutes left. She could have held it, but what a game, and great guy, great game, so much fun. 4.5 hour drive home.
Is that it? You were like, let's just head home.
Well, it's 4.5 hours, so
yeah, the sooner the better. Yeah.
Didn't sleep much last night or the night before. Last night I lay in bed. I woke up like 3:30 in the morning, just lay there going, how do I engage my first game?
Yeah.
And I got that one right, but no, that was great fun.
Well, anyway, a pleasure as always, Phil.
Always good to see you.
Nice to see you. I'll be seeing you in France as well.
You will see me in France. Yeah? I will be flying Bobaguri again.
Okay. Oh, okay. There you go. Gauntlet thrown.
It's proved to me that this particular version of it, I think, has legs. I've got the balance right between the ships.
Okay.
So probably there'll be something on the internet about it in the next couple of days. Probably not tonight because I just want to sleep.
Okay.
But hopefully tomorrow or Tuesday I'll get the blog up about this list and this event, and it's been fantastic.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Pleasure to see you, and I look forward to seeing you again. Bye. It makes me look like a giant. Hang on.
I'm only little.
No, it's like that Gandalf thing. So I'm a little bit closer in Lord of the Rings, where they're on like the cart and they're like Gandalf and little Frodo. Well done.
Thank you very much.
The home team supported, now through to top 4 semi-finals. How were you feeling about that? That game was like really close.
Yeah, I don't even know what to think, to be honest with you. I can barely remember it already.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff happening. Yeah, I felt like I was playing his game the entire way through, just flailing after one ship and then flailing after the next. Not really managing to do anything much, but eventually managed to get all the guns turned onto Guri, and eventually
it came down to that last turn.
Yeah. It was very much so.
Like even just like the fact that like that you were able to take Boba off the board with a Palop.
Yeah. Well, Palop's scary, man. He's the one to beat at the moment, I think.
Yeah. It was definitely it was great, and I couldn't possibly turn around and say anything that I kind of found like it did look like it was going all in Phil's favour.
Yeah.
But it was just a question of just like chipping away,
Yeah,
and getting positioning as well.
And
not getting Cavill too far out of the fight.
Yeah, that's basically what the list does. It grinds at you. It's got some big hitters in there as well. Don't get me wrong; it can push out the damage if it needs to, but it can also last a long time.
Yeah.
And any 2 ships left on their own can finish the job if they need to. So yeah, it's a good list.
Excellent. Well, anyway, I won't talk to you too much more because maybe I'll see you again shortly. That's the hope, anyway.
Okay.
Good luck for your next match.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Do you know who you're facing? Or we have
I believe I'm playing Jeff. I think.
Yeah, Jeff Ball.
Yeah.
Jeff Ball,
So,
huh?
yeah,
Okay,
see how it goes.
Right, so good luck, and once again, thank you very much. And
cheers, mate.
Good luck.
Thanks very much.
I said like good luck like 5 times.